Alright, so I wanted to offer some suggestions for how you can improve your rhythm and timing, and what it means to be playing in time, what it means to be playing with a metronome. Now, I know some of you are struggling with this, and that's okay. You just do the best you can. I'm going to play a click for you, and I wanted to just give you some examples and then some recommendations on how to improve. So here's a click at let's say make it 115. So this would be strumming with the metronome. Okay, a lot of people are rushing a little bit, and you're getting ahead of the beat, and that's what this would sound like. So basically that's just ignoring the metronome. That's playing with the metronome in the room but not aligning with it. So what I would suggest is that you practice. If you're having trouble with aligning with the pulse, just put your instrument down and do something very simple that you can do anything. Just, try to snap your fingers, pat, make a brushing movement with your hands, just so you can hear the click. You need to be able to hear the click. And it might be an issue when you start to play that you can't hear the click. So if you can't hear the click, you could plug in an earbud or something. Make sure you can hear it clearly, alright? So you're not doing yourself a disservice by having a click that's not loud enough. But as far as practicing and developing your time, it's good to do a movement that's easy and that takes up space, right? Movement from here to there. So do something that's going to allow you to move back and forth and fill all that space in between the clicks. Because the issue that I'm seeing is that most people are rushing. They're getting ahead of the beat, which means they're not using all the space in between the notes. They're getting to the next note early. So you don't want to do that. You want to get there on time with the click. One thing you can do is increase the tempo. If you're getting ahead of the beat, maybe there's too much space. So you might want to start off with something at like 130 and see if you can make a sound to that. Okay, if you're getting ahead of that, then increase the tempo until you're not rushing anymore. Once you're able to play with the beat, then you add some challenge level by slowing the beat down. Let's go back down to 100. Do something that takes up space. So you have a movement that fills the space. Those of you that have done any Dalcroze workshops will know what I'm talking about. Maybe you want to go for what I call a rhythm walk. Walking, doing gross motor movements are going to help you balance your movement. They take up space, they take up time. It's a lot harder to walk ahead of the beat than it is to just clap your hands. So put the metronome in your pocket or put an earbud in when you go for a walk. A lot of us could use more walking anyway, right? So go for a power walk. Try walking to 120, 130 beats a minute. Use that exercise time to improve your sense of rhythm. Alright, and then as you get better at that and aligning with the pulse, you can slow it down even further. And let's go to 80, and I want to show you a little trick. So we've got 80, which is kind of medium slow. Done, done, done. So do this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and fill that little space up. Bum bum bum. If you need to, say taka tiki taka tiki taka tiki. Do 16th notes. Doesn't matter what you say. You can say anything you want. Taka tiki 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 taka. And then you keep that in your mind. You audiate that. Keep that sort of sense of 16th notes in your mind, and then when you go back to your instrument, And if it starts to feel like you're getting off, slow down or stop and reset, find the beat, and then start over. Alright? So we don't want to practice playing out of rhythm. And I'm not judging or being picky, but as a percussionist and as somebody who's developed my time, and just as a music listener, I sometimes almost have a physical reaction to a song that's not lining up with a pulse. It's sort of like hearing somebody singing a song that's where their tonal center is not in the key. I'm sure some of you can relate to that, or anybody that's playing out of tune with the fundamental pitch of the song, or the tonal center of the piece. So we don't want to do that to anyone unless we're trying to get revenge on them in some way. But I know that we all have weak areas. I have my weak areas. Maybe rhythm is a weak area for you. That's okay. But you need to work on it, and you need to have a method to work on it. I've shared a few things with you here, and you need to do the work. I practice with a metronome, and I work on my rhythm. I work on singing in tune. I work on hearing whether my ukulele's in tune or not, and I work on all those things. So it's not going to happen magically just by wishing, but it will happen over time in small little steps and increments if you put in the time. You don't have to put in a lot of time every day. If you can carve out 10 or 15 minutes to work on your rhythm, I think that would be awesome. And I guarantee you, after a couple weeks, if you can do 5-6 days a week, at least 10-15 minutes a day, focused, intentional rhythm practice, your rhythm will improve. It really has to. If it doesn't, come back to me and I'll give you some other tips and advice, alright? But I want you to know that I'm rooting for you guys, and I want you to sound great, not only for yourselves, not only for your students, but for your family members and friends, anybody who you're going to sing to or sing for. We want to give them the best possible gift of music that we can produce. So enjoy that. Let me know if you have any questions. You can leave some comments below. And if you're watching this on the Schoology site, then leave your comments on the Schoology site, so I'll see those. I don't necessarily check the comments in YouTube, but good luck, alright? Thanks for watching.